When they get there, everything goes well, and there are no problems whatsoever. By the way, did you know that Prometheus had a different title originally?
It wasn't always called Prometheus? What was the original title?
It was The Girl with the Dragon in Her Cooch. What did you think of Prometheus?
This is a difficult one to kind of wrap my brain around. My initial thoughts, first thought right after leaving the theater was mostly positive. There's been a lot of negative backlash to the movie, and my first thought after seeing it was, what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's the fucking problem? People saying it's the worst thing since the Phantom Menace, and it makes zero sense, and blah, blah, blah. It's this thing called hyperbole. It's very popular with the kids these days.
Yes.
Visually, it's incredible. It's great looking. Ridley Scott is really good at sort of building believable worlds, lived-in worlds, and it does that well.
He's almost as good as George Lucas, particularly Star Wars Episode 2.
Your visions, your personality. Devote some time to practice and become familiar with each piece of equipment. And very soon, you too will experience the joy of painting. Before we get started, let's put a complete supply list on the screen, listing all the materials you need to paint this fantastic scene with me. Then I'll be back in just a second.
Pleading with them to let them live, let them go back to land, let them see their grandchild. And Tom manages to shake his restraints from John, who was holding him, and he manages to kick Skylar really hard in the groin. But after that, John leapt on top of Tom and Jackie and subdued both of them. And then he positioned Tom and Jackie so they were sitting down back to back with their handcuffs connected to each other. And then Alonzo shows up dragging this heavy anchor, and he finally gets it all the way over until it's right next to Tom and Jackie, at which point Skylar grabs the long metal chain that came off of the anchor, and he felt around until he got to the very end of the chain. So not the side closest to the anchor that's attached to it, the far other side, the bitter end of this chain. And he reached down and he connected that portion of the chain to Tom and Jackie's handcuffs. And then once he was sure their handcuffs were securely fastened to the end of this chain, Skylar stood up, walked over and grabbed the anchor, and with quite
and cuddly, but he does it maliciously. He knows people see him for what he is, and yet he behaves childlike anyways, just to freak them out. His name is Death, for he is Mort the Lemur. I was browsing the Madagascar wiki, as any sane person should do on a regular basis. I couldn't help but notice that there are a number of references in the TV shows that imply him to be wrong in every categorical sense. Thankfully, because of this, I finally have something solid to work with. Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and Mordecai is certainly not, unless he were to reap my consciousness from my body, which he cannot do. I'm immunized to him by nature of the fourth wall.
Supervising Manson, when he became exactly what, or he was able to do exactly what the MK Ultra program had been trying to create and do for, at that point, about 15, 17 years. When it was all exposed in the 70s, and there were these hearings, first the Rockefeller Commission hearings and the church hearings, and then finally Senators Ted Kennedy and Daniel Inouye held hearings. The CIA admitted that they had done this, but no one would say exactly what they did. All the records had been destroyed when the two people who ran it, Richard Helms, who had become the director of the CIA in the 60s, and Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, who was kind of the
that I was doing before we started filming. So, have you guys seen the Wendy Williams clip where she's like, oh, she passed away? Oh. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
All right, MC Light.
So, we've been doing that all day. We can't stop doing it. So, during the show at some point, we will be doing some ahs and oohs, and I just want to explain why. Okay, first, let's do a quick fashion update, because Katie, you brought your A game too to this.
Oh.
Okay, first, Jared, obviously you're wearing the knocked off Gucci sweatsuit. Very,
I feel like a box of animal crackers. You know, isn't it? Kind of like the same colors,
I
or
think it belongs in Vegas.
I'm about to go perform on the pier.
The last one was a big hit in your real life. I feel like you've worn it outside of the show a lot.
Oh yeah, the other tiger one, it's a staple in my wardrobe now. But this one's cool too. I like it. Very flashy. Very nice.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Chris, we have your Talkies hoodie, which I wanted to get to, show off your.
You just had one. You should just wear it without. So 1983, my dad comes to my mother's house, and he wants to talk to my mother about, can he talk to his kids about living with him. Now, this is the problem, that my daddy left when I was 3, and now I'm 10, so that's 7 years. And it's not like I haven't seen him. You know, I saw him every blue moon. Like, not like, like out. Like, you'll be out and your mom will be like, there go your daddy, like. Oh, I'm not talking about like scheduled visits. No, not like scheduled visits. I'm talking about this like randomly, you in the grocery store, your daddy checking out, you walking in, like that. So, I've seen my daddy, I know who he is, but what made him think?
And what I realized with social media in this space is people really can connect with like the person speaking and the character. And like you've been reading some of the comments of other episodes, people will either like the person or hate the person. There's no kind of like in between. But when they like you, they'll follow you and ride with you.
I love that. I mean, you do put people up and give everybody an opportunity to expand the platforms they may already have. So that's like the dream, honestly.
Have you ever been on a podcast?
I've been on one podcast, and it was TikTok Famous Podcast.
I saw you did that.
Meredith Willits, but that was online. So this is my very first in-person podcast. So you're the first person to see me live in the skin.
And you have a very headliney, catchy story. When Matt told me what it was, like when he said the description, I looked it up. I was like, holy cow.
It's so funny because that's always the thing. And my whole time through prison, people will ask you, what are you here for? And I'm always like, oh, it's fucking Disney. And then they're like, Disney? And I'm like, yeah.
So stick with me as I reveal some of the craziest and darkest cartoon secrets you won't believe are true. Daddy issues. Since debuting in 1989, The Simpsons has certainly earned its place in pop culture's Hall of Fame. With a perfect mix of relatable family life moments and hilarious satire, even predicting the future at times, The Simpsons is seemingly a fountain of eternal entertainment. Needless to say, in its long-running history, a few strange mysteries have arisen, with some remarkable theories attempting to explain them. For instance, the question of who Ralph Wiggum's real dad is. But Chief Wiggum is Ralph's dad, I'm sure you're exclaiming. But you just might be wrong. I mean, think about it. The two of them bear virtually no resemblance. Sure, Ralph has